Tonight on Realtree Global Hunting, we're back in Wales learning to shoot at distance with Andrew Venables of WMS Firearms training. Tonight, Andrew is pushing kayak Bryn out to distances beyond the capabilities of many. Let's see how he gets on. The last time we visited WMS Firearms, Andrew Venables took kayak Bryn of the Wild Food Catering Company through shooting at night using some night vision. Tonight, he's looking to take kayak to distances that would challenge most shooters and to get them to think about the differences when shooting at these distances. There's much more to take into consideration the further you head out. However, Andrew specialises in these types of things and always has plenty of advice.
Let's think about the next problem. So, we've been shooting at these targets from 100.
Yep.
It's gone pretty well, hasn't it, really?
I think it's been going pretty well.
Well enough for a lesson plan.
Yeah.
What we're going to do now is have a go at the same targets, but we're going to do it from the level of the field over there. It's 200 metres. Obviously, we're not going to be standing off sticks doing the job.
Except for the grass bank.
Yeah, on the grass bank there. It's 200 metres. We'll be using the prone position from there. I will show you a trick with the sticks, using the pickup truck as if it was a tree, because there is a trick you can use with sticks to make it surprisingly accurate, but that's the next game plan.
Okay.
You up for it?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, Kai, come forwards. Now, if you think about where we were before, we've got a situation here where, if I do a bit of range finding, we're now 200 metres from the targets we were dealing with previously.
Right.
It's going to be a good idea to shoot them off sticks?
I don't think so.
Not really, no. So what we need to do is find a stable shooting position.
Yep.
We're going to have a little look around on the grass here.
Okay.
Somewhere there, it seems to be okay. It's relatively laid flat. You're on a bipod. Well, I think we said earlier in Scotland, I can't remember hunting with a bipod on. I normally have a backpack, a day pack, a little bag or something. So I'm just going to go off resting on a bag. You got the bipod, so if you want to deploy down there on the bipod, it's down. Okay, Kai, picking it up, properly sorted out now. We need a good shooting position. We need the rifle set at the right range.
Yep.
We need to pick a moment when the animal's not about to walk off. And obviously you've got to study deer for a long time to know when that moment is. 200 metres, all right, off sticks. We're not off sticks, we're now on the ground.
Yep.
I'm going to effectively back you up.
Okay.
I'm loaded.
I'm loaded.
I want you to go. Now the wind's blowing slightly from left to right. I want you to aim at the left edge of the kill zone of the deer.
Yep.
At 9 o'clock, on the kill zone, not off it.
Okay, you ready?
Spotting. Excellent. Perfect for wind, just on top of the kill zone. Yep. I'll give it one just for the heck of it. Firing. And I aimed in the middle, and you can see there that the wind's actually gone off about 2 inches, to the right. Just to give you an example of what the situation is with the wind, you've got to account for the stuff. You aimed in, you got the shot on. I aimed smack in the middle of the kill zone.
And got it out.
And my shot just about 2 to 3 inches to the right of where I wanted it to be. So always be aware that at these ranges, wind matters. Absolutely smack in the middle, brilliant. I'm going to go on the left edge at 9 o'clock. And you can see the same thing again, we're both in the kill zone, we've both accounted for the wind.
Yep.
It's quite choppy and changeable, there's quite a lot of difference in the wind. We need to get in the kill zone. We don't want to be blown out the wrong side of it. Great shot, firing. Right on top of your mark. I was aiming at the left edge of the kill zone. Where were you aiming?
Left edge of the kill zone.
So you can see 200 metres. We're dealing with at least 10, possibly 12 centimetres of wind. It's quite a lesson in shooting, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes.
And people talk about shooting deer at 300, don't they?
They do indeed.
Well, let's give it a go and see what happens today, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
Unload, let's get up. How did you think that went?
I thought that went really well, actually.
Good, I'm glad you're pleased.
I'll tell you what, it's interesting to see how much difference the actual wind makes. Really, isn't it?
A lot of people reckon their rifle shoots flat or it's not affected by wind.
No.
Both the 243 and the 308, and this is only a 4 to 6 mile an hour wind.
Yeah.
We're being pushed off 2 to 4 inches to the right at that range.
Definitely.
You saw that shot when I didn't allocate for it.
Saw the difference there.
Yeah, that's right. You could saw it just out of the kill zone. Wouldn't have been pretty. Again, not the game dealer's best friend.
No.
And a bit more, and it could have been very messy.
Exactly.
Okay, we've done 100 off the sticks. We've done 70 off the sticks. We've done 100 off the sticks. We've done standing. We've done kneeling. We tried a bit of prone here at 200.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people never get to shoot more than 150 or 200. And actually, if it's got a pulse, there's a reason for getting that close.
Yeah.
What do you reckon we have a go at 300 and we see what happens? What you could do if you had a wounded beast that had run out that extra 100 or something like that, or a need to clear up a problem.
Yeah, I think we should give that a go.
Okay.
And see what effect the wind's going to be doing further on that.
Yeah, and we can look at holdover and also maybe dialing for the project.
Yep.
All right.
Brilliant. Sounds
Come
great.
on, let's pack away
Let's
and we'll
go.
get off. Okay, Kai, here we are.
Yeah.
A long way away. Don't try this on an unwounded animal, okay?
No.
We're shooting at the road here because that's what we happen to be set up on.
Yep.
Did you ever have a ghillie carry a mat up a Scottish hill for you?
Never.
It won't happen after this
No.
either. The ground's wet, so we're being cautious. Load up. Right. Look at the roebuck with the antlers down there, the larger one on the left, yeah?
Yep.
You're sighted in at 200 metres.
Yep.
This is 300 metres. Your round wants to go in about 10 inches low or about 25 centimetres low. The kill zone on that roebuck is about 15 centimetres high. So your elevation point is going to be that angle on the back of his neck. We're aiming off now, not dialing. You've got to get about 10 inches visualised over where the bullet's going to land.
Yep.
We've got the wind to consider as well.
That's right.
Now this is why we don't try this on unwounded animals really. You're going to have to aim on that deer a good 5 centimetres or a couple of inches to the left of the kill zone.
Yeah.
To stand a chance of dropping around into the kill zone. Okay, I'm watching, the cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Spotting. Okay, it has got it in the middle. I'm going to fire.
You got the leg, is that right?
That's gone down, they're too low, okay? So we're aiming off, it's not clever, is it? Try one more shot yourself. That's good. Now it's on the shoulder, it would have dropped it immediately. I'm going one more. And that's in the bottom of the kill zone. So I'm shooting lower than I thought. You've got pretty much on, but I think we've established again for the cameras.
Yeah.
Trying to aim off in a situation like this is not necessarily the best thing.
No.
Let's look at another solution now, okay?
Okay.
We're going to think about dialing.
Okay.
If you take the scope cap off the top, we got the ballistic setup for the rifle. We're looking at 300 metres.
Yep.
Got a wind coming in at 9. I'm just using a solution here. It could be a piece of paper, it could be anything. I mentioned to you 14 clicks earlier. So you're already up 5. I want you to come up 9 more clicks. In fact, for your rifle, I should come up 8 more clicks. Come up 8 clicks. For the wind, we're still going to aim off. Yeah. Because there's not time to do both. In a hunting situation, it would be silly to think there was time to do both, really. What we're going to do now is just aim at 9 o'clock on the edge of the kill zone, okay?
Yeah.
You've seen where the wind was. The first wind call was a bit far out. I'm watching for you. Aim at 9 o'clock, just on the left edge of the yellow kill zone.
Okay.
Spotting. Heart shot. Kill zone shot.
Yeah.
You can see the difference, can't you?
Yeah.
It'd be rude not to go again, wouldn't it?
I think so.
You go. Spotting. Heart shot. Firing. Heart shot. There's a clear message there, isn't there?
There is indeed.
Never muck about aiming off at long ranges unless it's an emergency situation.
Yeah.
Then a knowledge of how to do it can help. If you get time to dial it, you saw the difference, didn't you, between speculation and accuracy.
Definitely.
You wouldn't feel great about shooting a deer at that range for our first 2 shots, would you?
Definitely not.
I took his leg out and you took his, you know, if that had
His
been a
back
deer, that
out.
would have been a real mess. But for a backup shot, this kind of knowledge is priceless.
Yeah. As you're saying, this is ideally just for the welfare of the animal. You would never really take a shot at an animal at this range, a healthy animal, would you?
I wouldn't recommend it, particularly not on a roe deer sized animal.
No.
I know that particularly, well, in Scotland, I've just come back from Africa where the rules of engagement are sometimes a little different.
Yeah.
And on a hind cull, when things are pushed, when there's a welfare issue in taking out a number of deer relatively quickly, I know there are teams of people who do get set up, and if you get 2 people who know what they're doing, who are both set up, who get like us on the top of the hill, to be fair, 2 people can make killing shots on deer, but this is a professional thing. This is not a speculative amateur, I wonder if I can hit it.
Yeah.
If you know you can regularly hit a 10-inch disc at 500 or 600 metres,
Yeah.
that's time to consider culling at maybe 250 to 300.
Right, okay.
Because you've got to get out a jail card involved.
Yeah.
Come on, Kai, let's see what happened. This is the deer we were running at from 200 metres.
Yep, just from over there,
That's
on that
it.
grass bank.
We set up that 5 clicks, which gave us pretty much a 200 metre zero.
Yep.
Do you remember where you were aiming for the wind?
9 o'clock, just about here.
Yeah, once again, we still had this wind on and we were having to aim here at the back edge of the kill zone at 9 to drop the... This is the deer we shot at from 300 metres. And if you remember, what I said was, well, look, we'll have a guess. We've got about 10 inches to make up in elevation.
Yep.
We've got about this much to make up in windage. So I said, let's aim up here somewhere and see what happens. What happened to your first shot?
Yep, it just dropped straight down into the back.
Boom, right. What happened to my first shot, bearing in mind I'm supposed to know all about this?
Took off its leg.
Whack, took off its leg. The reason for that is we weren't aiming at the deer, we were aiming off at some random part of Wales in this greyness up here. It's not good for precision.
No.
What we did then was we both did a quick follow-up shot. In the light of your first shot, you improved the aim off, and if I remember, you put, I think it was that one in, you actually shouldered it.
Yep.
And I, in the light of my first poorly delivered shot, made a second shot, and it's one of these ones in here. In truth, I don't know which one, but it might even be that one. It was a long shot there. So the aim off thing in an emergency, it's better than nothing. It's better than running after it with your fingernails.
That's true.
But any thought of taking on anything at longer ranges, you've got to think and you've got to have a reference point. So then we dialed for the distance. If you remember, you came up, I think,
extra 8 clicks on
extra
mine,
8 clicks.
which made it 13 from...
That's it. I came up an extra 9, which made it 14 clicks up. And we put in 1, 2, 3, 4, might even been 5 there.
Yeah. That's a pretty good group
again,
at 300, isn't it?
300 metres, and we were both aiming there then, if you remember.
Yeah, we were.
Some of the shots were a little more left and right than others.
Yeah.
But we were still aiming effectively to gut shoot it.
Yep.
To get it in the kill zone. People who really practice, people who prepare for stuff like this, you may get pushed into the odd situation in culling or abroad. If you've taken a hunt in somewhere like Mongolia or Kyrgyzstan, But for long range shooting, and it's not hunting because hunting's getting close enough, isn't it?
That's true, yeah.
If it's long range shooting, preparation and practice is everything.
Yeah, I agree. And after that today, it's really opened my eyes, and you know how wind affects it, and to just dial in to know what you're doing.
Yep.
You know, to have the knowledge to do it. So thank you for that, Andrew.
It's all a lesson. And you know, the main thing that this target tells us is the kit is much better than we are.
Yes.
Some great advice from Andrew and some good shooting from Kai. To find out more about WMS Firearms training, visit their website. To see more video from Realtree Global Hunting, click one of the links now. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of the new shows.